I received this question from a gentleman named Michael. Let's review his question really quick. If there is a holy grail to trading, it's very close to figuring out risk management and holding a winning trade. This question was a fantastic question asked by Michael. Some background, my man Michael is a very tenured pilot and is looking to grow his sources of wealth using trading and specifically active trading. What we're going to do is two aspects to this video. Number one, talk about how to hold a winning trade. And number two, talk about the trade in question, which is, of course, Tesla. Welcome to Real Life Trading, ladies and gentlemen. Our mission is to enrich lives. We happen to be the best on earth, and I'm proud of that. How to hold for a winning trade and what to look for. Let's go through and talk about it. Here's a disclaimer. You guys are pressing the buttons. 4 steps to holding a winning trade. Number one, always keep track of where you are each month and each week. The reason that's super beneficial is because if you've already locked in 4 or 5 risk units for the month, or maybe you're already up 1.2 Rs or more on an individual day, there's essentially no chance that you can lose that day if you've already locked in a really nice win. So if you take a second trade and it starts working immediately, which is number 4, try to hold it longer. You're already up for the day, you're already up for the week, and or you're already up for the month. You've already got some built-in positive equity. You might as well stretch it. A second piece is if you've already lowered your stop, in this case, this would be a bearish trade or in a bullish trade. If you've already moved your stop where you can't lose more than 1 risk unit, or especially if you've able to lose less than like half an R or 0.4 Rs, try to hold it for more if you can, because you've already changed your stop so dramatically. You have a lot of equity where it can run. And then my favorite, did the stock that you are trading have a gap? Gapping stocks tend to have more edge. And if you have more edge, well, you're going to want to try to hold for longer duration trades, because when it has an edge, and it has a trend, the trend is your friend, and that's what you want to hold on for. Some bonus tips. Look for larger time frames. Maybe go to the daily chart, the weekly chart. Are there moving averages that are around while you are trying to find out where you should be buying and selling your particular position? Look for some support pre-market. So check out your pre-market support and resistance and try to determine, can you buy or sell there based on your set that you're in? And then once you have traded what you've traded, and what we're going to do is we're going to go look at Michael's trade in just a second, along with some trades that we played today. Back trade it 10 plus times. The exact setup on the exact same time frame, over and over and over. Repetition is the mother of mastery. So the more you do it, the more you'll go, this is why I should have held. This is a really great setup. Here's the 17 things that worked beautifully on this trade. So go ahead and hit that like button and throw in a comment if this is helpful so far. What I'm about to do is dive into the exact trade setup that a lot of us played here at Real Life Trading today and discuss the perfect approach that Michael took as well. And here we go. Just 3 more minutes left in this video. This is the daily chart of Tesla. And first and foremost, Tesla did gap from yesterday's close, yesterday being Friday, to today's open, which is Monday. So you'll notice this was a bear candle closing, and we did in fact open up, which was trapping some of the shorts who sold short on Friday. Well, what happened is we did gap up, and 2 very intriguing aspects on Tesla. Number one, we broke the high of the day. So that also creates additional momentum. So not only did we have a gap on Tesla, but we also broke the high of the day. 2 aspects creating additional momentum. Number 3, we traded into the 200 SMA on a daily chart, which is 9/11/01. Now, the beautiful part is this was no surprise to us. We've been tracking Tesla very closely and continuing to keep an eye on it each and every single day. What's beautiful about that is this is the exact approach that you will need to take in your day trading to be extremely successful, where you plan ahead of time what you're going to do and where you're going to do it. Now, about 20 minutes after market open, my dear friend who lives here in Nashville, Tennessee, and also happens to be a male model, Mike Teague. Look at this face, perfectly chiseled. Mike Teague mentioned in our Slack channel, Tesla's about to interact with the 200 SMA on the daily around 9/11/13. So Hector began to watch it. I began to watch it. Mike says I was anticipating a pullback off the hard run up. And let's go in and look into his particular trade. So what's amazing is he actually played this 2 directions. He played this bullish, and then he played this bearish. So the bullish trade was it ran up, it pulled back into previous highs, into old resistances, trade up, and this was the 200 simple moving average right here, which was his target number 1. My boy locking in 1.36 to start the day and the week, which is really, really terrific. And then, of course, if we pop into our official day trade list, what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down here and see how Johnny Guarco gave us an absolute gift on Tesla at 10:14, about 45 minutes after market open. This is the chart that he was looking at, and what you're going to be able to be noticing is about 4 or 5 different things. Number one, huge bullish volume here that we closed below on Tesla, trapping everyone. Number two, the 200 simple moving average, which is that resistance. Number three, a double top. Number four, a bull candle closing below the 10 EMA. Again, all signals that say, if this goes lower, yeah, you should short it. And we did, hard. Now here's what's beautiful. As we come into here, you'll notice Johnny was able to lower his stop loss. This was his kind of wave count and his expectation of what might, could, or should happen. Once we lower the stop loss and then the trade starts continuing in our favor, most specifically breaking this purple line, which I believe is his VWAP around 903. If we come into Tesla and look at it on a 3-minute chart, you'll really be able to see how it did interact with and kind of broke below that VWAP price point. So 903 being right about here. And so you can see that Tesla did in fact roll down, traded into the VWAP, which I don't have on my screen right now, but then it bounced, made a lower high, and then started rolling over again. High, lower high, lower high, lower high. Johnny Guarco able to lower the stop once more, and then of course the absolute waterfall on Tesla. So that's specifically reviewing the trade and really boiling down all aspects to how to hold a winning trade. Are you going to do it every single time? Absolutely not. That's going to be the last bonus in this video. Is simply put, you will never get out at the exact top and you will never get out at the exact bottom. Do your absolute best to carve out really, really beautiful gains and chunks here in the middle. But if you can apply all aspects, what I'm talking about in this video, to holding a winning trade longer, and you realize about the gaps, you realize about the moving averages, and what I mentioned earlier is looking at pre-market. So here's your pre-market resistance. Here's a pre-market support right here on Tesla. Being able to target some of those on a little bit of a larger time frame and expecting Tesla to do something based on a gap. And once you're able to lower the stop and all those aspects, you're really, really able to kind of grind out larger wins rather than the smaller wins. And once you start winning larger, then the spread between your small losses and your big wins grows. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you can do this full-time professionally. I hope this breakdown was helpful. If it was, make sure to click on the thumbs up button and leave a positive comment, because that makes my YouTube robot feel so much better. Love you guys. You rock. Bye.